Hi, I'm Richie. I have seen all of the available stuff for Haikyuu, and I have read the manga entirely, so I know a lot about Haikyuu.
And I'm Moonlight Sparks. You can call me Moon or Moon Moon. And I have seen season one at least.
Yeah. There's a lot to go over. Guys, if you want to come by and check out the watch alongs or the live reaction or whatnot, Moon is streaming over on our Twitch channel, link in the description.
Mm-hmm.
Shameless plug for that. At 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays. You are watching a bunch of different anime. The anime that you've currently watched, let's see, the first one that you jumped into was Eminence and Shadow, or Cringe is My Power.
Was that the first one? No, I think
Yeah,
we
that was the
started with a
yeah.
different one.
No, the first one
No,
was
no, we started
Eminence.
with Overlord, technically.
Oh, that's right. We watched season 1 of Overlord. Technically,
Yeah, and
okay.
even before that, I had a couple things that I watched on my own.
Oh,
The
okay.
uploading and everything on that fell through, and then it was like,
Yeah.
let's find a different way to do this so I don't have to rely wholly on my own productivity, which is a gamble every fucking day.
I mean, yeah, that's a thing. But
Yeah.
yeah. So, while we're waiting on stuff, these are all series you've not checked out. So, like, we did Overlord season 1, and we still got to
Mm-hmm.
get through seasons 2 through 4.
2 through 4. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And the
We'll put
movie.
those back on the voting poll at some
And the
point.
movie. Yeah, they'll be up there.
And the movie.
Uh, oh God, what else did you watch after that? I know that you've
Let's see.
seen
After
Bocchi the Rock.
Overlord was Eminence and Shadow. Then after
Right.
Eminence and Shadow was, I think, Frieren.
Oh, Frieren. Yes, hella good. Hella good.
Let's see. There was Eminence and Shadow, Frieren, Apothecary Diaries season one,
Yes. Yes.
which is why we are watching season two.
Because you got caught up. Yeah.
Yep.
It's so good.
What else was there? Fruits Basket was after Apothecary Diaries, I believe.
No, because you watched Bocchi the Rock before Fruits Basket.
True. So Bocchi the Rock must
And
have
Call of the
been
Night.
after that, and Call of the Night. That's right.
Yeah.
God, I love Call of the Night. I could go on forever about Call of the Night. I fell in love with that anime.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Call
the
of the
music.
Night
Oh my
and
god.
Call of the Night. You did Bocchi the Rock, and I think there was another one, but I can't be sure. Anyway,
Um, it was. Mm,
we'll
we
we'll
should
see.
we should have also kept a list of completed series.
We really should have. All right. So you did just finish up Fruits Basket 2019, and then you started Haikyuu, and you've gotten through
Mm-hmm.
season 1. And the first thing I want to say was watching your reaction on Wednesday and hearing you say, you know, I even though I know how this is going to end up,
Yeah.
they do a really good job of making you think like that either one or the other could lose. And I was like, wait, which team is gonna win? And you were like, oh, Crossno. And I'm like, oh, because they're oh, that's cute. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Welcome to Japanese
usually
anime
that's
and
how it
sports.
goes.
Welcome to Japanese sports anime. That's not usually how it goes in Japanese sports. Like the main character's team loses a lot. They do a lot of losing. Now it could be in different tiers. It could take place in a tournament. It could be like it's all over there. But they want to show you that they don't just easily get through this. It is a struggle, and it's meant to be. Um, but yeah, that was one of the first things that I was like, well, can't wait till we get to episode 23 to prove that wrong.
Mm.
uh,
Well, they
but
lost in 24.
technically, yeah. Well, at the end of 23, I think is where it actually ended because
No.
25 was after they had eaten.
Yeah. And they
And
ate right after they lost.
yeah, yeah, but there was still a bunch of stuff that happened in 24 that was post losing the match, like having to leave and like the argument between Hinata and Kageyama. Anyway, um, the, the important part is I was going to ask you as somebody who knew nothing about volleyball, and this is also an experience that I can share with you because I came into this series knowing nothing about volleyball. How has that changed for you? Your
I can
perception
actually
about
watch a
volleyball?
game and actually know what the hell's happening.
You know what a libero is now. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what a libero, fucking the ace is, the what was the other one? Setter.
Mm-hmm.
And I could watch the ball go around and be like, ah, so that's what that person's doing. That's what that person's doing. Ah.
Yeah. Man. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Now, we did talk a little bit before on last week. You to clarify, last week you watched 6 episodes, the first 6 episodes, and this week you watched the rest of it. So 7 through
Yep.
25, which
Yep.
was a chunk to get through.
It was. I thought about cutting it short, but then it was like the rest of these episodes is just this one match, and I was like,
That's why I was like, we need to end like right about here, where like I was like, if you don't end on this episode, you're gonna watch the rest of it because it's just the cliffhangers at the end, how the match just kind of like pulls you in. Like you don't realize you've gone and finished an episode until the credits pop up, and you're like, wait, what?
It goes pretty quick.
It does. It moves fast. That I will say about Haikyuu. It moves fast.
Almost as fast as Hinata.
Yeah. All right. So first up, who are some of your favorite characters in this, and or rather, I guess, who's the most relatable character for you?
Most relatable.
Mhm.
I don't know. They all play sports, so I guess.
Personality-wise, who's the most relatable to you?
Personality-wise, that's a difficult one.
Mm.
I want to say like maybe Ace, the big tall dude, and that's
Oh,
mostly just
Asahi.
because
Asahi.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's mostly just because it's like he can do all these wonderful things, but also I fucked up that one time and now everything's ruined. I am so sorry, guys.
He's unbelievably skittish and insecure. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Also, what the hell? It says sub and dub here on like the cover thing for Haikyuu, and I'm like, there is no dub anymore.
Yeah, no.
I think
if
it's
there was
just
a dub,
the movie.
I would have had a much easier time.
I think it's just the most recent movie that came out that has a dub.
Yeah, because the most recent movie has the most clear cut. Crunchyroll has the rights.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It may be the same voice cast though. I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. All right. What were some of the most? Who's your favorite character? Let's go with that.
Favorite character.
I know it was Tanaka before, but now you've met more characters
it's still probably gonna be well, it's Tanaka and the other short guy, the Libero. Yeah, those two are hilarious.
Noya and Ryu,
so
I love
funny.
them. They're so good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love the protect the manager squad. It's Kyoko protect. So funny. All right.
But then also just the way they react to like a lot of things. Anything happens, and then Taka is immediately all like, "What did you say about my friends?"
Tanaka. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. So now going through episode 7 all the way through, what were some of the moments that really stood out to you in this series so far with season 1?
Probably like really just a lot of the matches. Like having the practice matches where they lost, that's part of also why I was like, yeah, they're probably going to win because they've already had some losing matches. They learned some lessons and so on. And I did not expect them to lose that early on into the competition.
Oh, yeah.
And so that definitely stood out for one, but also just like the amount of stuff that is happening constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're doing a good job of not over explaining a lot of stuff.
I think
very
so too,
appreciative of that. Especially coming out of like One Piece.
Yeah.
And the
king
king of over explanation of JoJo's. They don't do it for all seasons, but for like the first 3, good lord.
Okay.
So it's really nice. And then also just the amount of character everyone has. They're very distinctive. You can tell who is who based on how they react to a certain situation. And I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Oh, I forgot to ask this because this is actually something that gets stuck. It's like a little earworm. Have you memorized Dateko's chant?
No,
Their cheer. Go, go, let's go, Dateko.
no.
It
I
gets
didn't
stuck in
remember it
everybody's
until you
head.
said
Yeah,
like
yeah.
literally the cheer, and I was like, oh, that thing.
Yeah, go, go, let's go, Dateko. Like everybody just remembered it. I was like, it's an earworm. It will get stuck in your head eventually. But yeah. Um, boy.
Evil Incorporated.
Oh, come on.
I
Let's
have that stuck in my head more than
let's
the other
stick
one.
with All right. So at this point in time, as somebody who is checking out Haikyuu for the first time with season 1, what are your thoughts overall of this? And then we'll come to the last thing that I have to say, which is what would you say if you were trying to recommend this series? So let's start with your overall thoughts of this season.
Overall thoughts on season 1. Um, it's a good time. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a good way to actually learn what the fuck's going on in volleyball. Um, the characters are all really enjoyable, really good. You get a good sense of how much they're changing and learning, and that they've gone through growth even on their own. Noya comes in being all like, "Yeah, fucked up last time. That's not happening," because he did the same kind of training that Hinata did
Mm-hmm.
with like the old ladies teams and stuff like that. And it's like, well, just damn.
The Mama-san teams, yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Great.
you could get along with Hinata really well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they do. Like they get
Hmm.
along with one
They do.
another really well. I I really like Hinata as a character. Like
Hmm.
how well he's fleshed out, not just in like his growth, but like his drive to improve, to be better, and you can even see it in episode 1 where he's playing by himself because there's no boys volleyball team, and he finally swallows his pride and starts talking to the girls volleyball team and learning stuff, and then playing with the moms and stuff like that. So yeah,
Hmm.
I like that. Also, we finally I was so glad that this time around you finally got to meet Coach Ukai now,
Oh
the
yeah.
the Sakahara Shoten shopkeeper who is now their second coach or their technical coach, and then um, the neighborhood association, the Karasuno volleyball neighborhood association. So all
Yep.
the people that played with him, yeah. What do you think of that? Because that whole thing with the neighborhood association versus the Karasuno high school kids. That whole thing was a lot because
Oh yeah.
the Asahi stuff, and like how Noya and God, Suga, that's his name. I almost called him Mr. Refreshing. Uh, that's the best
It's a
nickname out
fact
of
though.
it is.
He is
It's so
absolutely Mr. Refreshing.
he
He gets
is.
switched out with Kageyama and is immediately all like, "Okay, guys, let's just calm down.
He's
We're
like,
all doing good here.
oi,
We
oi.
got
No,
this.
he's
This is
not
what the
calmed
plan
down.
is."
He starts punching people.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But he had to
karate
refresh
chops somebody in the head.
just
Punches.
had to.
He punches. He punches the captain, and then he and Noya just double touch high five.
Yep. It's like, no, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Also,
But yeah, you
forever
had to refresh their state of mind. Just like, all right, get out of that fuck. We're doing different now.
Forever, my favorite scene will also be like with the guys waiting and cheering, and there's Noya just doing a freaking handstand on somebody's shoulders just for
Yeah.
no reason. It's great. It's
Like,
kind of
yeah,
like
woo. It's like,
it's
God,
kind of
no,
like
yeah.
it's kind of like in I think it's it's season two of Slime, where Veldora is being introduced to everybody in Tempest, and then they all
Mhm.
cheer, and then somebody randomly throws a baby.
Yep.
It's like,
It's like,
okay,
catch the baby.
catch the baby. But yeah, going back to the neighborhood association match, there was a lot going on in there, a lot of emotional moments, strong tension. What were your thoughts on that?
The match against the I'm just gonna call them the old guys because I can't remember the other name. Um,
The neighborhood association team.
yeah, that thing. Um, so the match against the old guys. uh, but it was really good. It was really interesting to see how like people who've done it for years have like learned things, have done things, and then seeing the forgot what the name for it was, but it was like the serve where it
The
stops
jump
short,
floater
like
serve.
stops just that stops just after the net. That was like um and like immediately I'm sitting there thinking like it's easy to send a ball halfway across the court, especially once you get your strength up. It's hard to control it enough so that falls at a specific distance.
Oh no, there's no control. You don't have control over where it falls or doesn't fall. That's the weird. That's the thing. That's the difficult thing about a jump floater is it doesn't have spin or rotation on the ball. Like normally when you do a serve or a jumping serve, the ball rotates. Well, with a jump floater, the ball doesn't rotate, so it can just float and it can shift left or right, or it can drop suddenly, or just not drop until it's on past the line on the other side. So, yeah, jump floaters are unpredictable. They're
Well,
tricky. Yeah.
that's the thing about training to do the jump floater. You're
Mm-hmm.
trying to get it to be controlled at least up to that point. You
You're
want it to
trying to
get
at
past the
least
net
pass the net. Exactly. Yeah.
because so long as it's on the other side of the net, hey, that's a point if no one gets it. Um, and really seeing just the crux of everything that happened with Noya and Asahi and understanding like their issues, seeing them get to come back and have their moments of like, all right, this is I want to be back. I want to do it again. Um, it was fun and having them be on the team with the old guys.
And then the juxtaposition of that with Hinata, where he's jealous. He's like, "Man, I wish I had all that height and that strength." And then
Hmm.
he gets hit in the face with the ball because he wasn't paying attention. And
Speaking
I,
of getting hit with the ball, that first moment where Kageyama gets hit in the back of the head and turns around, and it's like, you just hit me in the back of the head. You were afraid of messing up, weren't you? Well, you have nothing to be afraid of now. You have
because
done
now
the scariest thing possible.
again, you can see that the mangaka was a horror novelist because in that moment where he's smacking him on the back of the head,
Yep.
Kageyama looks creepy as hell. Like, yeah. Nah.
Oh yeah.
Nah. Like, I
And
love
then
that.
when the captain gets angry too. Oh, it's
Oh
great.
yeah, that's good. And then now we move on to the Nekoma stuff. So we have the training. So
Yeah,
getting
the
sticking with the
Nekoma.
horror, sticking with some of the horror there. We get
Oh
to
yeah.
the night. There's a child amongst us.
There's a child amongst us. What? Yes, I don't know who he is. It's like, nah, you're just messing with me. No, I saw him.
Dude, the tension, how well done that was with the
Yeah, I'm sitting
tension and the
here like, is
drama.
this a Halloween episode? What's
No,
going on? And then
no.
Noya shows up. What's going on, guys?
That was so good.
And I had a right laugh at that. And
Mhm.
then Asahi comes up and is like, guys, you need to be quiet before Captain gets angry. Because his hair is down and they're not used
Yeah.
to seeing him like that.
Right.
Oh
So,
shit.
but yeah, we got to meet Nekoma. Of course, Hinata getting lost, and he ends up. Who
Hmm.
does he end up running into? Nekoma's
Uh, it,
setter,
yeah, I
Kenma.
forgot his name. Kenma, that's it.
Yeah, yeah. He's the
And
shy
the,
introvert gamer.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was nice. That was just a really nice interaction.
Oh yeah.
And then like seeing the whole team was hilarious because you're sitting there all like, holy shit, they're all parallels.
Kind of. Yeah.
Like There's some of them are shifted around a bit, but like there's a lot of just parallels between them. And like it shows it more when they're all having to shake hands after the game,
Yeah.
and you've got the captains shaking hands. Both of them, you see the little
Ah,
anger
he's the
vein
crafty
pop and
type.
gripping
They
each other's
both say
hands.
it.
Just,
I love that they both think it at the same time. Ah, he's the crafty
he's
type.
yeah, exactly. Oh man,
Also,
and
I love Coach Nekomata, the old man coach that came back.
oh
The
yeah.
Yeah, he's such a like fun dude. He's such an interesting
Mm,
coach. Yeah. You're going to meet a lot more coaches as we go through this and get introduced to new schools with more interesting characters and stuff. That's
fair enough.
really really something that I think works in Haikyuu's benefit. Like you will still want to root for the other team because they don't have like these are the bad guys kind of thing. Like there's a lot of depth to the characters even on the opposing team. It's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry. Um
Um, but yeah, the whole Nekoma battle was really interesting, really fun.
Also, can we talk about the best scene with Kyoko where she finds the banner, puts it out, says gambare, and you just see projectile tears.
Yeah, that was great. Like the heaviest tears in the fucking world. Just
Just projectile tears. And I love the fact
I
that
need
like
that gif. I need a gif of that.
the loud people are the quiet ones this time. And it's like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
they're
And like
speechless.
all the first years are all like, is something wrong? What's going on? And then the tears shoot out. They're like, ah!
I freaking love that. That was so good.
Oh, it was
Oh
funny.
man. And then we had the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there in my head, just lovingly remembering, tournament arc. It's a tournament arc.
Oh yeah.
And then
So
cut
first team
short.
first team if I remember right, I think the first team they went up against was a school that had an old teammate of uh the captains.
Kageyama. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it was the captains. My bad.
Yeah, the captains.
Um,
Captains.
I'm thinking of the other school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
And then it was
and
Dateko. So Asahi's revenge with Dateko.
yep.
Yeah. And he finally got through that iron wall or around it.
Which I will say, the way they did it, they really showed that it's like, yeah, they still have a lot to learn, but damn, they are still a good team.
There is
Karasuno, because like the
yeah.
first school they went up against, it was like, oh, these guys, they're building it up a little bit, and then they just wiped the floor with them, and it's like, oh, all right then.
And we did talk about this a bit, but there's a lot of really good imagery that is used in this series.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
also, I did like that when it came to that first school, we didn't focus at all on what was happening in the mines or whatever with the Karasuno guys, because it was like this school is going to have more of a struggle against Karasuno than Karasuno will against them. So let's take a look at things from their perspective. And it's
Also,
like,
that
oh,
when they did lose, I love the dichotomy of seeing all the different teams that also lost. Like they're showing you, hey, these are the people that got wiped out in the first round, and of course,
mhm.
I think the girls volleyball team,
Yep,
yeah,
them too.
they
They
lost
lost.
the Karasuno girls volleyball team, and just like that reaction and like their captain, who I love that she's so cute. She has like the biggest crush on on
The captain guy.
on the captain.
Yeah.
It's so adorable. But anyway, and then we get to our last match with Alba Josai and
Yep.
the and the Great King Dio Sama.
Hmm.
But yeah, so let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, the Aoba?
Alba Josai.
Aoba Josai? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, that one went on for a bit,
Oh yeah,
and it was tough.
yeah.
It's amazing what just one person can do for a whole damn team.
Yeah, well, having it's like they said, having a different conductor for an orchestra. is kind of
Mm-hmm.
what it feels like. So like it's the difference between having just some rando and John Williams. Like there's gonna be a difference in how the orchestra plays.
Honestly, I would have said the difference between Danny Elfman and John Williams because both of them make amazing pieces, but they also both carry different kinds of weight and different kinds of sounds.
Also very true. Also very true. And funny enough, I like that comparison because they have both made iconic and very memorable DC songs. Because
Exactly.
John Williams did Superman and Danny Elfman did
Danny Elfman
Batman.
did Batman.
Yep. Da 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 da.
And honestly, like you could probably talk to a lot of people and they'd sit there and think like, nah, Danny Elfman couldn't do anything like that. Because if you hear some other Danny Elfman's works, some like even just thinking about Nightmare Before Christmas
Yeah, I was gonna say
or
Nightmare Before Christmas is also Danny Elfman.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like some of that just sounds a little more silly. And that's just
Yeah.
because Danny Elfman has a sort of vibe like that. But then he can still do stuff like uh if you want to talk about his band days, Dead Man's Party, if you want to talk about his conductor or uh
We're getting
crew.
off topic though.
I know. But
We
like
gotta get back to
it's an
Haikyuu.
apt comparison. That's what we're getting at.
Okay.
Um
So yeah, but the difference of having their main setter starting off, it's a whole different game. Yeah.
oh yeah. And oh they got so close.
Yeah, they did.
I was
Dude,
a bit upset. Like just
going to
damn.
Deuce in the 30s in the third match is crazy. And I here's the thing. Yes, Karasuno lost, but if you think other teams haven't been talking about that, like they went, because you got to realize Alba Josai is one of the top 4 teams in like that prefecture or whatever. And for them to go go 3 matches or 3 sets and then the final set being in the 30s, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just wait, because you know how it is. Karasuno is going to have to improve. So, yeah. What are your overall thoughts of this season?
It's good. I enjoyed it. Ready for season 2.
All right, and if you had to pitch it to someone who, like you, never doesn't know anything about volleyball, doesn't watch sports anime, what would your pitch be?
It starts as a comedy.
Yeah, it does.
Because that's the biggest thing that kept me focused, was that it had me laughing and had me enjoying the characters first.
Especially, we did point this out before that this is a good palate cleanser anime after coming off of something so dramatic, intense, and serious as Fruits Basket.
Heavy.
Yeah, like heavy. Like people aren't
Lord,
running around in
Fruits Basket is
Haikyuu with like secret upon secret upon secrets, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's good that way. It's lighthearted. That's a good vibe for it. I would say, do you think it's more sports focused or character focused?
Character focused.
Okay. Yeah. I agree, but I wanted to hear like your thoughts, like unbiased thoughts on that. All right.
Because like it's the characters that are playing the sport, not the sport.
Exactly.
So that's the thing.
The sports aren't playing the characters. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
But I will say that I think you have a lot to look forward to. Next season is my favorite season out of the 4. I just love like how things work. You're going to get introduced to more characters. We're going to meet new teams. There's going to be all sorts of stuff that happens. I can't wait. That is the most spoiler-free thing because it's the most obvious stuff. Oh, they're going to train. They're going to grow.
Really?
They're going to meet
I thought
new
they
teams.
were just going to maintain the same level the whole time.
Exactly, right?
And
So
like
all
nothing would
I'm saying
change.
is the most obvious stuff, but like I think when you get through it, and this is another 24 to 25 episode season,
Hmm.
so we'll do like 12 a piece, 12 or 13 a piece, depending on. But yeah, I think you're really gonna enjoy this. Uh, yeah, yeah. I think I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. And if there's anything lastly you want to say before we end this conversation, what do you want to say to anybody potentially watching?
Uh, come join us over on Twitch when we do these things.
Yeah, I mean the fun thing is like you do have conversations with people in chat if you
I
want to come
try
by.
to.
Yeah,
Like, I do have some regulars that try to show up every so
yeah,
often. They were able to show up more when I did it through Discord and not Twitch.
yeah,
Um, and I try to have conversations when I can. I'll pause and everything. I'll sit and talk with you guys because, like, it's it's more fun for me because yeah, I'm having a good time watching the anime and everything, but like I also want to discuss certain things. I make comments all throughout, or at least I try to. There are moments where I'm just getting so heavily focused in what's going on that I'm like, oh, I gotta say something. He did a thing, yeah.
yeah. That's why you know what. That's why next time around, I'm not gonna just sit for several episodes. Like I'm trying not to talk through it because I want you to experience it. But like towards the end, where
That
it was
is
getting
literally the point of what we're doing.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, but like I feel like I know too much, and I'm like, it feels too inside baseball if I'm the one doing it, you know. But also, yeah. Also, if you're talking about it with somebody who's also a fan of it, it helps set that in your memory more because you know those moments stick with you more if
Mhm.
you're excitedly talking with someone about them. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, guys, please come by. You, we have so many of you that vote for this, that vote for these series.
And
I
I only get
want
two
you
or
to,
three people that'll join me, and
yeah,
they're wonderful. But
if you guys could
they
swing
don't
by,
talk as
we'd
much.
appreciate it. We want to get a little yap session going, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you guys so much. And if you want to see the Twitch schedule, it is up on the Discord. I don't know if it's up on the community tabs for YouTube, but we'll get to that at some point. We finished reading Solo Leveling more or less because we caught up with the official release. We're not going to
Yep.
go online to some websites that don't promote the official stuff. So we're just going to pause for now on that. But we're still reading Mashoku Tensei, the light novels, on Mondays. So if you guys want to come by and check that out, and we've got some gaming stuff with Asha, and of course tonight we will have Fun Friday. Uh, this is a fun thing to do, but part of the reason we're doing it is to plug the Twitch. So if you
Hmm.
guys want to swing by, come hang out with us, we'd really appreciate it. But that being said, this is season 1 of Haikyuu.
Yeah.
A short review. We'll probably have a little bit more of a structured format next time. We're kind of on the seat of our pants here. But also, we won't have to cover an entire season next episode. We'll only have like half a season, so there'll be a lot more
Yeah.
detail we can go into. Yeah.
Yeah. I only do like 12 or 13 episodes at a time usually.
Yeah.
I changed that last time because I started with 6 episodes at
Yeah.
the end of the Fruits Basket movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, just get a head start. And
Yeah.
yeah, I
That
regretted that.
that being the case, though, that 12 episode seasons or 12 episode series really easy to just
Go
jump
quick.
into and get
Go
quickly.
so
Yeah.
quick.
So, Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night is another one of those that I believe is 12 episode, uh, one and done kind of situation. So that will be up after we finish Haikyuu, but like
Yeah.
there's a lot
Haikyuu's
of
going to be
Haikyuu.
around for a few weeks.
You've got 4 seasons, a
Well,
couple
3 now.
OVAs. Well, okay, 3, a couple OVAs and a movie. So we've got quite a bit to go through. And the movie is literally picking up where season 4 ends.
Mm.
Yeah. The movie is literally just one match. But it's
Not
so good.
surprised. Not surprised
It is
at
so
all.
good. Yeah. But yeah, it's so good. What rating would you give for season 1 of Haikyuu? You know what? I'm looking at the 5-star system here, so we'll use that. Um What rating would you give this?
I think if we're doing the 5-star system, I'd go ahead and give it 5 stars.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, the average rating is 4.9, so a lot of people would agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because it's
it's
very
very good.
enjoyable. It's well worth
Oh
the
yeah.
watch. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That being said, thank you guys so much for hanging out and listening to this. We hope you come check it out. Take care. Bye bye for
Yes.
now. Oh, I'm Richie Roberts. Yeah, I should probably close out with
And
that.
I am Moonlight Sparks.
And he watches
I'm so
anime.
used to saying.
Yeah. We're not
I
doing
had to
anime
stop
church
myself
right now.
from saying the anime church stuff.
Yeah. And he watches anime, and you
I
guys
do.
can come by and hang out with him because there's a lot of anime he hasn't seen. And so you should
Tons.
definitely come by and hang out with him while he's watching this and interact, chat, gab, have a good time. All right. Onward. Next week, season 2 of Haikyuu.
Dun dun.